What does consistency even mean at this point? Well, most of us think that consistency means perfection. Hitting every single workout on the calendar, meal prepping 7 days a week, never missing a beat. But that is not real life. I would love to do that, but that would be so difficult and quite literally impossible to do all the time. So if we're going for consistency, we just have to remember that it doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up more often than not, even if it's not perfect. Welcome to Real Women, Real Results, the podcast where we go beyond the reps and dive into what it really takes to live a stronger, healthier, and more confident life. I'm your host, Jamie Revelle, women's fitness expert and founder of W3 Body Women's Training Gyms in Chicagoland. Each week, we'll bring you real stories, expert insights, and the tools you need to create real results. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Women, Real Results. I'm Jamie, and today I want to talk about something every single one of us struggle with at some point in our fitness journeys, which is consistency. Let's be real, life is busy. Whether you're working full-time, raising kids, balancing relationships, taking care of a home, or maybe all of the above, there's never a shortage of things pulling at your attention. And when things get hectic, our workouts and health habits are usually the first thing to fall off. But the truth is, you don't need perfect conditions to stay consistent. You don't need hours of free time or the perfect schedule. What you need are simple strategies to keep yourself on track when life gets messy. That's what we're going to cover today: how to stay consistent when life gets busy and how to stop starting over every Monday. The other thing is, this is a time of year when there's a lot of schedule changes. The beginning of summer was a schedule change, and now kids going back to school is another schedule change. Everyone has to adapt and adjust. But I guess in general, that's what I'm asking you to do, is to adapt and adjust and not to give up. Unfortunately, we do see a lot of people give up at this time, and I want to try to inspire you today and give you some tools on how you can just stay consistent, even if it looks a little bit different than it has been looking, so that you can continue to stay strong, to get strong, and to honestly not go backwards with all the things that you have been accomplishing over the last few months or however long it's been on your fitness journey. And something to remember too, everyone, is that your fitness journey, it's a journey. It's a long-term game. It's not a short-term game. So just deciding that it's just not for you right now, it's got to be a non-negotiable. And so what are some of the things we can do to remain consistent, even if that consistency is going to look a little bit different than it's been looking? So first, let's talk about reframing consistency. So what does reframing it? What does consistency even mean at this point? Well, most of us think that consistency means perfection. Hitting every single workout on the calendar, meal prepping 7 days a week, never missing a beat. But that is not real life. I would love to do that, but that would be so difficult and quite literally impossible to do all the time. So if we're going for consistency, we just have to remember that it doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up more often than not, even if it's not perfect. So think about it like this, like brushing your teeth. I always like to give examples that are applicable with something that we do and we can resonate with on a daily basis. So like brushing your teeth, you don't need a flawless 10-step dental routine to have healthy teeth. You just need to brush daily, maybe floss most days, and see the dentist once in a while. Same with fitness. Small, regular deposits add up over time. So every day might not be your absolute best workout, your all-out effort, but you're going to move, and you're going to at least do some days really, really well, and other days you're just going to move that day, and that's great. You're doing something consistent, but it's so much better than just totally stopping. So even a 20-minute workout, a 20-minute walk on days that's what you have is great. A walk after dinner, that counts. We did a challenge recently about where we included walking in the challenge. And the idea was to get up and move and to maybe walk on your own or go with a family member or a friend or a podcast or something like that. And the goal was, yes, to get some more movement and show you that we can fit in those small, 20-minute walks and to be able to enjoy them with a family member, friend, or just that alone downtime that is also so valuable. So, consistency is about building the habit of showing up, not about hitting a perfect streak. So, I've been seeing this a lot, and again with schedule changes or just things that add up over time, and I know the mental health component is so important in fitness, important in the sense that working out and movement is going to help with your mental health, but then also just the mental like piece where it's a mental game too, right? Like we're trying to juggle all the things and we're overwhelmed sometimes, so it's natural to want to give up something. And so it's like, well, I'll just give up exercise because I have to prioritize my kids, for example. But I want to challenge you to reframe what that looks like. So I find that if you were in a period where you were able to fit in a lot of workouts, and now your kids are in sports in the fall, for example, and it's going to be a lot harder. Okay, so instead of giving up, maybe logistically, it's not going to work where you could maintain the same schedule that you were maintaining before. And if you have that all or nothing mentality, then you're truly setting yourself up for failure. But that's not the way you have to look at it. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. And if you just understand that logistically that can't work, just adjust. Say, how can I be consistent in this season of my life right now? In the season where I do want to make my kids games, and that's understandable that that's a priority. But your health should be a priority too. So what is that going to look like? Maybe you were doing 4 to 5 days a week before, 3 strength training sessions, 1 to 2 cardio sessions, and now you only have 2 days maximum. Okay, so come to us, come to your coaches, ask them, what would you recommend that I do with this very limited time that I have? My recommendation in a case like that would be make any days that you can your strength training days. Make strength training a priority because you don't want to give up on that. And then fill in your cardio with some walks or something that you can do to get some more movement in your life on the days where just the gym and coming in for 45, 50 minutes is just not going to be doable. So it's just about readjusting that mindset and understanding what consistency looks like when things get a little tougher, and the same consistency just can't be the case moving forward or for that season of your life. Next, I want you to think about planning your workouts like meetings. So I'm going to call this the second strategy. So just like you would a work meeting, put it on your calendar. If something isn't on your calendar, chances are it won't happen. Life fills the space with other priorities. But when you schedule your workouts into your week, you're telling yourself and everyone else that this matters. At W3 Body, I always encourage our members to set 2 or 3 non-negotiable workouts each week. Non-negotiable means they are as important as picking up your kids from school or showing up from work for work. And here's the key. The best time to work out is the time that you'll actually do it. For some of you, that's mornings before the day gets away from you. For others, it's lunchtime or right after work before you go home. Find your sweet spot, block it on your calendar, and protect that time. And it's funny because I was just talking to another gym owner who was saying that he doesn't have his workout partner anymore because their schedules aren't lining up. So he's going to try different days than what they had scheduled. And technically now he has more options for when he can work out. And my feedback was, but are you actually going to stick with it? Because you did really well with that accountability partner when you had something scheduled on the calendar. So now just because it opens up and you might be able to do different days than you were doing originally, are you actually going to do it on your own without a scheduled appointment on your calendar? And he said, probably not. So just because there's more availability isn't necessarily a great thing. So that appointment is really, really key for busy people. Even we as gym owners who are in the gym 24/7, we also need that appointment, or chances are, sadly, it's going to get skipped, or it increases the chances that it'll get skipped. So strategy number 3, we are going to set minimums. So set minimums for yourself. Here's what I mean. Instead of thinking, I need an hour at the gym 3 times a week at least, create what is called a bare minimum plan that you can stick to even when you're busy. So, for example, I can stick to 2 strength training workouts this week and a quick walk outside and maybe a longer walk in the morning on Saturday or something like that. Just look at your calendar and plug it in there. Instead of saying, I used to do 4 times and now I can only do 2, so I'm just not going to do it and I'll figure something else out. And then months later, you're still figuring it out. And all that time went by where you could have been prioritizing your health even 2 days a week, even though it wasn't 4 days a week. We can prevent that. So your minimum is the thing that you'll do no matter what. Some weeks you'll do more, but your minimum keeps you consistent. So again, seasons of your life, your minimum is going to change and fluctuate, but find what it is right now and don't let it drop below that. I know we have a lot of members who travel, whether it's personal or for work. And so I'm thinking of one person in particular who, instead of skipping her workouts, she asks us for some recommendations. I've even let members borrow bands before where they'll still do the various workouts, or I send them different options to do in their hotel room or at the hotel gym. It's not perfect, and it's different than having your coach right in front of you and having all the weights and things accessible to you, but it keeps her on track and keeps the habit going and keeps the habit alive. So please know that we're always happy to do that for our members. If you're a member listening to this podcast, and if you aren't and you belong to a different gym, ask your coaches because they should do that for you. We are here to help you succeed and to keep you consistent. And I love when members stay consistent. I love when they post about it too and they tag us from their hotels. I think it's so awesome to see that they're doing their workouts and they don't want to stop because they know the feeling and the rush, the positivity and the sense of accomplishment after they finish those workouts. So even though it looks different, they're just adjusting and then they'll come back when they're back in town. So the fourth strategy, the fourth piece of the puzzle is your environment. So your environment can either support your goals or make them harder. Setting up your environment for success is one of the simplest ways to stay consistent. Some ideas. Pack your gym bag the night before. Put your workout shoes by the door. Fill your water bottle and stick it in the fridge. That's a great one because I find that if I'm rushing in the morning and I'm like, oh, shoot, I don't take the 60 seconds it might take to fill up my water. If I'm like, I just need to get out the door, right? Or I've got something on my mind and I'm like, I've got to get to work. And yeah, I actually fill up 2 water bottles because, again, if I don't, I know I'm not going to drink one, refill it, and drink it again. I'm just like, let me get 2, let me fill them up ahead of time and bring them with me because I want to set myself up for success. But I know if I'm also in a rush, setting up for myself for success looks like filling the water bottle the night before. So knowing myself, I know I might be in a rush. I know if I'm in a rush, I'm not going to do it. So fill up my water bottle. All I got to do is pick it up and put it in my car. Same thing if there's anything that's going to get in the way, right? Like you're rushing, your workout shoes are upstairs and you're like, oh, forget it. I'm not going to bring those with me. So I'm not going to work out today. No, don't let that happen. Put your workout shoes by the door so that you can prevent something like that from happening. Or if you're working out at home, create a space that feels motivating. So a mat, some dumbbells, a playlist. I think it's been psychologically proven that, of course, the music, but the tempo, the beat in the music matters. So if you want to do a harder workout or a faster workout, you should have the speed, the tempo of the music, the beats per minute be higher than, if it's lower, then your intensity will be lower. So pump yourself up if it's something you have to do at home or from your hotel room. I also find that accountability partners, group training, a fun environment, a safe environment, a place you just feel good absolutely matters. If it's not a place, or if it's a place that you don't feel great at, chances are that you'll make more excuses to just say, yeah, I'm not feeling it today. But if it's a place that is welcoming and you really want to go and feel really good about it, then you'll be like, you know what? I need to pick me up. I need to go to my second home, which is what we try to be for our members here at W3 Body. And also, regarding that, one of the most powerful parts of your environment is people. Surround yourself with like-minded women who are also working on their health. It is the community that helps to make being consistent much easier since you're not doing it alone. Strategy number 5, grace and the reset button. So finally, give yourself grace and learn to hit the reset button. So here's the deal. Guys, you're human. You'll miss a workout. You'll have a week that doesn't go as planned. And that doesn't mean that you have failed. It doesn't mean that the one time that you miss your early workout or you forgot your clothes and you couldn't make it here after work means that you're done. It's too hard. You should probably give up. Absolutely not. Think about your fitness journey like a bank account. Every workout is a deposit. Missing one workout is like buying a latte. It doesn't erase your entire savings account. The deposits still matter more. So if you miss a day, just reset the next day. Don't wait for Monday. Don't spiral into guilt. Just pick back up where you left off. The women who see the best results are the ones who bounce back quickly, not the ones who never miss a workout. So to recap, consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up regularly, planning your workouts like important appointments, setting a minimum standard, creating an environment that supports your goals, and giving yourself grace along the way. If you can put these 5 strategies into practice, you'll find it's so much easier to stay consistent, even during the busiest seasons of life. This week, I want to challenge you to choose your bare minimum standard. Decide what you will commit to no matter how busy things get, whether that's 2 workouts a week, a daily walk, or something else, and stick with it. Thanks for spending this time with me today. If this episode encouraged you, share it with a friend who's been struggling to stay on track. And as always, if you need the support of a community that truly understands women and fitness, come check us out at W3 Body with our 4-week trial. I'll see you next Monday with another episode of Real Women, Real Results. Stay strong and remember to stay consistent. Thanks for tuning in to Real Women, Real Results. If you loved this episode, be sure to follow the podcast and leave a review. It helps more women find these powerful stories. If you're local and want to join our gym, check out our 4-week trial. Head to train@w3body.com for more info. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, w3body_Berwyn and w3body_Elmhurst for more strength, support, and community. See you next time.